into this life. And we come on these bright-eyed children with this enormous capacity of curiosity and wonder, right? You can see how children have this fearlessness of asking questions, of being vulnerable and saying, I don't know, what is this? Why is that? And they ask these questions without fear of judgment, right? Without what other people are going to think about them. They just embody curiosity, and they hence have this enormous capacity to learn. Yet when we mature into our adulthood, you can see how most of us, we fall into agreement with this conditioned idea that we're supposed to be in the know. We're supposed to know what to do. That we're not supposed to make mistakes. And when we adopt that, we end up building these walls around us that insulate us from all the ways the answers and the help want to come in and support you. And we use these in our own mind, in this conditioned reality of making mistakes and not knowing, as ways we reinforce a sense of shame or guilt or unworthiness. They help to reinforce why we are not capable. Now, in these ancestral ways, we find that when one would make a mistake, it was a good thing, because it revealed to the elders where a person had to learn, where they had to grow. And then they knew how to mentor that individual. You can see how we each come into this life, and we each have a unique life path that we are traveling, each having unique experiences, meeting specific individuals. And if you look back on your life from this new vantage point of where you are now, it's likely you'll see how all those mistakes and all those experiences of your life, both positive and what you think are negative, has inevitably helped to guide you on your own unique path to mature into the knowledge, the strengths, okay, the capabilities that you now have. So when we come into awakening the sage within, we learn how to make vulnerability become a discipline, where we become vulnerable to ourselves. And in that, we become receptive to all the help and all the knowledge and wisdom. And what we're doing is we're learning how to apprentice to our own life stories. How do we listen into our stories and our experiences, not from the inner critic or from the narratives of shame and unworthiness, but go and say, well, what did I learn from that? How did certain people come in at just the right moment to support me? And then what we do is we do the harvest, where we harvest those gifts and the knowledge, the experiential wisdom that you acquired, that those experiences afforded you, so that you can bring them into your center. And you're like, yeah, not knowing is a good thing. Not knowing are these invitations for ourselves to enter a new area of learning about ourselves, about our capabilities. Yes, our mistakes is just feedback for us to help us hone in where we have yet to grow. Because when we can be vulnerable and say, I have so much to grow, I have so much to learn, suddenly everything becomes our teacher. The plants, the river, every stranger, every experience, both positive and negative, is contributing to our own unique path. So in awakening the sage within, we're learning how to review our life from this new vantage point, to harvest these gifts and these wisdoms. We're learning how to adopt a new sense of vulnerability so that we can become receptive and actually see these as opportunities. These are invitations to learn our mistakes, our sense of not knowing. And when we can allow others to come in, that's where you find your true power. Because we're not meant to walk this path alone. We don't come in all knowing. We're here to learn. And when we can humble ourselves to be students of all things and all people and all our experiences, you become receptive to let all those gifts and that knowledge really come into you, so you can walk in this world the strength of the spirit that you are. So I hope you join us in awakening the sacred.